You didn't get no script?
Well, no, I already got all memorized. I never script myself. So.
Okay.
Live.
I thought you were gonna go script and shit.
No.
Okay.
That's real.
I'm gonna be scripted real, just so you know. You write your shit down. Mm-hmm. How close do you want to be? Like in an all homosexual way.
It's kind of like the last one.
So you'd be like, no homo. Yeah, we're sitting close together, but no homo. Like, you're not my type, bro. You're not my type.
I'm not a
So I'm trying to scoot your seat over closer to me, bro.
Well, you're the one that brought it up.
Bro, you're the one that keeps wearing these cucumber shirts and shit. So you like wearing that? Why? Why? Tell me why.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Power on, yes, power on. And it's charging, so I don't know why it keeps doing that. See? Well, if it goes out again, then fuck it. You know?
Yeah.
Well, there it goes again. I wonder why, because it is charging. Does that work right there?
Let's see that.
Yeah, even with the light, it still looks fine.
Okay.
And that's recording right there. Recording right there. Recording right there.
Okay, there we go.
Green, Starbucks. Shouldn't promote Starbucks unless you guys pay me. But it's okay. You promote Monster now, you get paid, bro? Are you like Arizona now? Like Monster drinks?
He doesn't like it.
Oh, he hates it. Why does he hate it, bro?
Well,
He's a godly man, and you're not. Is that why?
No, you see some shit he's into. I don't think he's right. He's godly just with the gods that live down there.
Gotcha. Look, the camera's all fucked up. Fuck it, we're gonna run it. You know what? 'Cause I hate the camera.
Okay.
I hate the stand. Does that center?
Yeah, it's better.
Nice. We'll edit it out to make it look good. Start over. And we're at 0. Start recording. And we're on. Orlando's on, you press everything hella quick, and then he'd be jumping on the chair hella quick. You know? Because he had to do all the crazy work of editing, so he had to make sure it was quick as possible. You know? He still has to do it, but you know what? Te la pelas, Orlando. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are back with another podcast, another episode of the Old and New Money Podcast. I am Abel, and this is my man, Fast Hands Eddie. What you got to say about this week, Eduardo? We got a lot of fun stuff. Enrique, I'm sorry. I call him Eddie. It's Enrique Eddie. But what do you got to say about this week, bro? I know you've been busy. You disappeared for like a week again. Not a week, but, you know, a lot of days. You've been training. What have you been up to, bro?
Just working hard, guys. Working hard and doing basically what we're here to tell you guys to do today, which is living a life of constant work and of discomfort in a way. I've been working. My injury's healing up a lot quicker than what I expected, so I'm happy. I've been lifting. Abel taught me some new techniques. I'm feeling stronger already. And swimming as well in the afternoons, and here we are today.
You know, because there's a lot of things that happens when you are training to be a fighter. A lot of people think that it's just, you know, being in the gym, punching bag and technique, right? Which that's a big part of it, of course, because you're trained to be a fighter. But there's so many other aspects. There's training, there's sparring, there's technique, there's solo work, there's recovery, there's cardio work, there's powerlifting as far as technique. And it's powerlifting not to get size. It's powerlifting to get, man, I call it powerlifting. People will say it's different, powerlifting. But I say lifting to get your power in your punch and in your kicks. So you want to talk a little bit about what we spoke about, what you've done, and how it's helped you? About
Yeah,
what
absolutely.
happens?
So what happened, guys, is if you look at the way traditional bodybuilders would lift, it's
Mhm.
exactly to build size and,
Yeah.
or to build some muscle. But the movements that Abel taught me were explosive movements, which mimic punching, which will help you get better punching power with the shoulders, with the chest, because you have motions, you have pushing, you have pulling, and grip is important. You taught me that stuff too with the grip, because that especially helps with jiu-jitsu, with grappling, with wrestling. But when we do, for example, we do shoulder press or we do bench press, instead of just doing it nice and slow, we'd either go slow, 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 but exploding, or explode all the way up. And I feel it's good because it's kind of like when you train with big gloves as well, 16-ounce gloves. I like to train with small gloves, but training with big gloves is good because you get tired and it works on having the shoulders nice and high. So when you wear the small gloves to actually fight, you feel a lot lighter and you can go. That's why I'm Fast Hands Eddie.
Fast hands, Eddie. And we're getting them even faster hands, you know? So
Yeah.
what got you into the game? Because we're talking about, you know, how to get better, how to go through trials, tribulations, the life of a man, right?
Absolutely.
And some people avoid problems. Some people avoid being into problematic situations, going through some hardship, going through some rough stuff that build a man. Because the only thing that's going to build a man is going through hard stuff, you know, going through problems, going through sometimes devastating situations. And a lot of men, especially here in the United States, they really don't have those problems. They just have video games. And that pretty much solves all their problems for a lot of men. They really don't have any problems because in some parts of the United States, most of it, life in the United States is very easy, and they don't challenge themselves to build a body, build muscle, or even what you're doing, which is going into the fight ring and competing. So what mentally it will force you or make you want to get into the dojo and actually compete?
Well, the desire in general to improve because I started working out when I was 12, and I always played football, was called soccer.
Uh-huh.
But when I started working out, it really changed my life because that gave me a lot more confidence. It made me feel better when I'm dating, and you look better. And I use that mindset to amplify it into every other aspect. And I knew I don't know how to fight, and especially I'm not a big guy, guys. I'm a small guy, so I thought it's a valuable skill set. But I only thought about just okay, we have to learn how to fight. Once I actually started doing it,
Yeah.
that amplified even everything else because I
How?
think I think that when you do hard things and when you test yourself and challenge yourself, you will become somebody that's gravitating more towards realism and real people, honesty. Because fighting is as real as it gets, as Dana White says. That's for the UFC. There is no lies there. For example, if you win a match, if you lose a match, the answers are right there. If you choose to ignore, as our coach, Coach Lucas, which is a fucking phenomenal coach, excellent coach, he always tells us the match will never lie, guys. When you go out there and compete, we will see if you were putting in the work. We will see if you were challenging yourself. We will see if you were going to the best guys in the dojo. The match will never lie. So that's what I really like. I don't like lies. I mean, you look at who I hang out with, right? Because there is no lies here. This is as real as it gets. And that when you start doing hard shit, guys, you won't want to be around fake stuff or fake people. It pushes you to be this way in every area of your life and have no nonsense. So it just amplified into everything, fighting and everything else.
You know, one of the things about fighting, right, and being around other men is other men will tell you the truth also. Like real people will tell you the truth, right? Like when you're messing up, when you're slipping. Me and Orlando, we tell each other stuff all the time. Me and my other friends, you know, I don't permission to tell their names, Miguel. We tell each other what's going on when we're messing up, what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong. But we call each other out on our shit because that's what we're supposed to do. Like today, my boy was supposed to come over earlier, so we were supposed to go work out. And some motherfucker was like 2 hours late and shit. So he fucked up my whole day. I'm not gonna name no names, you know, not at all, because I'm not that type of dude. You know what I mean? But you're late 2 hours, you're messing up the program for your other boys that were supposed to go train. True, we still got it in, but 2 hours late, that's messed up, right? I would, you know, I would forgive like 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever, it is what it is. Because I'm always late, you know? And that's something I've always been working on. And I'll say always. To me, it's always because it's every now and then, so it's too much. But that's normal when you're hanging out with friends and stuff like that. But being 2 hours late,
yeah, I fucked up, man. I know. And that's something I've been working on too, but it still needs a lot more work.
you see, but that's what men do. We call each other out. We talk about stuff. We help each other out because you're on the life program, right? Mm-hmm. And if you want to be the best, you got to be better at everything. And so, like a coach sharpens you. You got to do this. You got to do that. Coach Lucas tells you this, or your other striking coaches tell you what you got to do. You know, so everything is always about improving and putting yourself in a situation where you're gonna learn. A lot of people are never gonna learn, never gonna grow. Hey, good for them. Good for me too, because that's less competition. Just imagine, bro, if everyone was like me and you, like getting after it every day. Like every day we're doing something physically. Every single day we're doing something to make ourselves better. Every single day we're studying. Imagine if the whole world was like that. How much competition would we be having?
Well, how could you stand out, right, when everybody else would do the same? That's why, amongst other things, I think it's one of the reasons where you could look at an old relationship of, like, let's say 50 years ago here in the United States, a man working in a factory, a pretty average man, but he could have a very traditional wife, and because pretty much a lot of things were the same. But now, even though it's cost of living is higher, and there are different problems for every generation, I do really believe, guys, because I see it with my own two eyes, and Abel, having a lot more experience than I do in this life, has seen it even more, how soft people are and how much people really just do not want to do the work. Because I think, guys, even though you do not choose your family, you do have a debt to them in the sense that even the odds of you being born, think about that, the odds of you being born are like 1 in...
I was a fast-ass sperm, I'll tell you that right there.
It's insane, yeah.
And you were too. You were fast sperm.
Exactly.
Champions, bro, at the gate.
Exactly. You wanted life. That's why you're here. So you have a duty to do big things with your life. That's the way I view it, at least, right?
Yeah.
Because if you were here, why would you want to live a meaningless life? Why would you not want to stand out? Why would you not want to excel?
Why not?
You understand?
Why not is everything. Why not? You know, and you kind of owe it to yourself to be the baddest dude you can be. Whatever it is, you know, you might not be physically fit. You might not want to be physically, you know, excel. You might not want to be a physical specimen as far as combat sports, soccer, basketball, weightlifting. You know, but if you're okay, you're better than everyone else. You know, just do what's best for you. But you might want to be a badass, you know, attorney, badass business owner, landscaping business. Man, landscapers make hella money, bro. I'm thinking about opening one of those businesses too. But you might want to be badass at whatever it is your passion is. Except video games, because it's so rare. I mean, you can be good at video games, but to think that you're gonna make a lot of money, you know, you can make money in video games. I guess some people do, but it's not just video games. Like, oh, I'm good at playing video games. No, what they do is they entertain like a mother sucker, right? They talk, they laugh, they have, you know, other stuff going on. So they're actually funny when people want to watch you. If you don't got a personality to play video games, bro, just have that for fun. You're not gonna make it as far as business. You gotta be realistic with yourself. It's like me being able to say, oh, I love mixed martial arts. I love doing this, and I train like 6 to 7 days a week. I'm gonna go to the UFC, bro. I'm not gonna go to UFC. I'm not. As much as I love it, I'm realistic, right? So, martial arts is so much fun for me. I enjoy it. It's a way of lifestyle for me. Keeps me sharp, my mind sharp. Keeps me competing. But it's not something that I'm gonna make money at. I'm realistic, right? But each person has to find what they want to be good at. So you're finding what you're good at, and you're getting continually better. Part of the problem is men don't figure it out. They think, oh, tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll read that book. Tomorrow I'll study that course. Tomorrow I'll do some push-ups. Tomorrow I'll go to the gym. Tomorrow or next week, maybe I'll join a boxing gym. Maybe I'll go train jiu-jitsu. I'll go learn something. Tomorrow, maybe next semester, I'll start school. Okay, well, tomorrow never comes. Tomorrow is tomorrow. Might as well start today, as soon as possible. And so, but that's also a challenge, a mental challenge. You got to clear it in your brain as far as what you want to do to be able to challenge yourself. Because everything you're going to do, there's a million guys trying to do the same thing. A million guys trying to do the same thing. Fast Hands Eddie over here is trying to be a badass striker. I'm trying to be a good-ass martial artist, a good-ass grappler, a good-ass jiu-jitsu player. Guess what? There's millions of people trying to be the same thing. So I fight these guys in the tournaments. You fight these guys in the ring. We compete against them. But who's going to be trained better? Same thing in business. You want to be a badass realtor. All right. What's your realtor skills? Have you been reading? Have you been studying your competition? Have you been going to seminars? Have you been practicing your scripts? Have you been hitting your numbers? Have you been talking to all the right people? Are you figuring out the contract and always figuring out more contact, more clauses, more things to do? Are you seeing, okay, my videos are not good enough. My content is not good enough. Oopie, my dog's barking all crazy. Are you in your content, right, that you're creating for real estate? Are you creating it to the best of your ability? Is it catching people's attention? Are you using all the right hashtags? A few hashtags you're supposed to do, whatever. But are you doing the maximum to make as much money as possible? Or you just want to be okay? That's cool too. Are you getting around the right people for real estate? And I'm talking about real estate because that's what I know, right? And people would ask me about real estate, how to get more sales, how to do this and that. Including I got my boy Isaac, he's in the game. And he hits me up for advice every now and then. Well, great dude. He practices jiu-jitsu. He's strong too. So But in general, pick whatever you're gonna be good at, whatever you want to focus on. And are you doing the most? Are you learning the most? Are you taking the most action? Are you preparing to engage in this career, this business, this investment? Your body, whatever it is, are you doing the most to maximize on everything or whatever you choose to be in?
Absolutely.
You know, and that's another thing that you gotta decide for yourself. For me, I'm deciding on what I'm gonna be good at, what I'm gonna get better at, what I'm gonna get even more, I would say profitable. Because right now I think about profits. Even my body, I think of it as profits. You know, am I getting stronger, leaner, more flexible? Am I able to adapt? Am my body able to recover? Am I feeding my body the right foods, resting? You know, what am I studying? Am I lifting weights the right way, like Fast Hands Eddie over here was talking about? Am I lifting the right way? Okay, that's for me to understand. And a lot of these things that you're studying, preparing for, doing, the world isn't even gonna know about it because it's done in private. So the world doesn't even know what you're doing. All that beautiful grind, all that hard work, all those failures that you do in private, they're also gonna be known in public, the failures. But then again, the finishing product is gonna be you being awesome. And do you win or do you not win?
Absolutely.
You know, so it just depends how much you want to go. You want anything?
You know, in life as a dude, you have to. I mean, some dudes choose to lie, which is why they play video games all day. Like, think about a game like GTA, for example.
Yeah.
That's I think it's called an RPG game. All you're essentially doing in that game is leveling up your character with money, with weapons, with physique. You could do the exact same shit in life. However, in life, it's real. You will meet real people. You will meet girls. You will have jobs. You will make income. You will get strong.
Yep.
All these things, they only enrich you and they help you in every single area of your life. Is that exactly as Abel was saying? You told me this the other day. You were like, as a man, you have to plant your feet, decide what you're gonna do, and go after it. You can't be like a fucking chick.
Yep.
So I'll do this. I'll do that. Chicks get that privilege. We live a different life. It's like what you were saying with the video games. If you want to excel in that field, you have to make sure everything is dialed in.
Correct.
Unless you could do like what some of these girls do, which is like they're kind of like the Twitch streamers, right?
Yeah.
If you're pretty, okay, that's it. Your life's solved as a chick, but you're a dude. You have to work hard, and this translates into, like you said, every single area of your life. And it's the whole world on its own. You might think exactly like what I was saying with fighting. I thought, okay, I'll just learn how to fight. That's the only thing I thought. But once I got into it, from everything to all the training methods that you have to do, the sparring, all the positional, even positional sparring, getting ready for a specific opponent, studying a specific opponent, because life is a competition.
Yeah.
Chicks, you've heard obviously the chicks say
I
that.
don't give a shit about chicks.
Yeah.
They're dumb.
But they say like, oh, I'm my only competition, right? I'm a 10. That's a fucking lie. We're all competing against everybody in this world. And fighting is the most direct way that it happens because you're face to face with your opponent. So it's like everyone was saying, you have to study everything.
And even if you're not trained to fight, you're still fighting. You're still fighting against what you could be and what you are. Because what you could be, that's a big battle. That's a big war to get there, to be that badass dude, right? And I'm talking about dudes because most chicks are not going to watch two dudes talking about being awesome, right? They just worry about whatever dumb shit. But as far as a guy, you're always in the war. You're always battling. You're always fighting to be that badass dude that you can be. Whatever you're thinking you can be, you can probably do it. It's just going to take a lot of work, which is cool because we're all working. But do you want to compete, be in the ring, and be that badass dude? Or just be not in the ring and just be at home chilling, doing nothing? Like today's a holiday, right? What's today? Memorial Day? Memorial Day? I bet most people didn't even train today, bro. Most people didn't even train, didn't read them. They just say, the Matrix said it was a holiday, so I'm not training today. And they just kicked back and did nothing, right? Probably watching the basketball game. I'll be watching the last quarter. I'll tell you what. I don't watch basketball like the whole season. The only time I watch basketball is playoff season. Because that's when everyone really gives it their all. They just go all in, right? And so that's the only time I watch basketball. And I only watch the last quarter. So I'll record the games, but I'll jump to the last quarter. And hopefully the game is tight, and I'll watch the game. We were watching it the other day, right? And only the last quarter because it was tight. If it's a blowout, I don't even watch the last quarter. Whatever, it's a done deal. Why? Because I like watching the people's maximum ability, maximum performance. Everything that they've done, their ability, all comes out. It all comes out. And I feel that energy that they're exerting and how they're producing their results. I mean, they've trained their whole life for this moment. So that's why I like to watch that, because I get that. Yeah, I get that. Like every day I feel like that. They get to feel it, whatever. And we get to see it. like I said, that we get to see it. Those last 12 minutes, as far as me, right? Because that's why I watched the last 12 minutes of the championship games, or the playoff games. But these guys are training in the dark all year round. They're in the gym, they're lifting weights, they're stretching, they're going through a sports therapist, mental sports coach, all this stuff all year round. But we don't see that because they're in the dark. That's your life. You're also in the dark. You think you're at home right now, you didn't do nothing? You're in the dark. Now, did he use it for positive or did he use it for negative? Did he become more of a man or did he become more of a vagina in our lives, in our eyes? Well, you know the answer to that. Did you improve today or not? So you became better or worse? Now, every person's gonna be able to decide what they want to do with that.
Absolutely.
And you decide, I decide. I know what I decided today. You know what you decided today. Even though you were 2 hours late.
I'm going on a run after this, guys. I'll post it so you guys can see it's real. But it's exactly what you were saying. You were joking about it, but it's true. I view it as testosterone. That's the way I view it. I view it as doing shit that is going to amplify my testosterone. Because I think to myself, okay, if I'm eating the right foods, if I'm getting the appropriate sleep and the rest, and if I'm training hard, even though you might feel drained, like you're tired from all the training and all the work you put in, or you're sore, you're injured, it's really only making you stronger and more testosterone. More testosterone obviously physically, but it's making you stronger mentally as well. And what you were saying with those guys, I'm not into team sports. I don't even watch UFC. I don't even watch other MMA organizations. But the cool thing about these guys in the final game is that that's where the camaraderie gets tightest. That's where the brotherhood gets tightest. The teamwork gets tightest because they have to go out for it all. And that's the thing with life, as you say all the time, you cannot do this shit alone. There's a lot of things that you will be training hard, you will be alone, and a lot of struggles that you will go through alone as a man that not only people can't understand, but people don't care, which is fine.
Yeah.
You just have to accept
Fine.
it. But
Who cares?
what were we doing on Sunday? What were we doing last night for an hour and a half? We were training. And how, you guys, you know how many of us it was? Like 6 dudes. 6 dudes only, but that's all we need.
Was it only 6?
Yeah, it was like only 6 dudes, yeah.
No, 7, because one guy was always sitting.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
you can't count. Hey,
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
But
6,
what
7, 8,
were we
9.
doing? We were training hard,
We were training.
like-minded people on a Sunday, where most people, like you said, were fucking around.
Got
And
my
that's
neck,
what you
I got my
need.
neck cranked by David.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
Oh.
But even in the pain he was up, but those memories last forever, and how it builds you up, it will be shown in your next competition, right? You guys will see. You guys will see in the next one, right?
Crushing more people.
What are you thinking? When's the next one coming available?
I was gonna fight this Saturday, but fucking Daniel neck cranked me.
It's too
So
much.
now I'm like, oh man, could I compete this Saturday? Saturday, we're talking about 5 days. So I want to compete this Saturday, and then in 2 weeks after that, which would be mid-June, and then want to compete at the end of June again. But now with my neck cranked, I don't know. So
You go against Vikings guys, like this guy right here, the big Vikings. You literally go against these guys, the Vikings,
Giants.
right? And
Giants.
also, guys, the Match Showdown, our sponsor, June 14th.
Oh, yeah.
Contact Matt, the Match Showdown on Instagram. If you guys are interested, you guys are competing for a vote. Look at this,
Here we
guys.
go. All
at
grapplers
this.
in the Bay Area.
All
If you
grapplers.
guys have never had a belt, never had a medal, you guys want to compete, hit my boy up. The Match Showdown, right there.
Oh, beautiful.
Win yourself a belt. Go out and strangle some fools. This is the Old and New Money podcast. We out.
Nice.
Cool. That works. So these are also going live. Let me turn this off.
Yeah, that's cool. That is the shape of never held it. How much does this weigh? Like what? 12 pounds or 10?
I don't know.
They said the UFC one weighs like 12.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
This one's still going. It's still trying. This one's still going. You sure what it was good?
That's good, man.
Yeah,
That's
strong,
what
but it
it was
wasn't
good.
Oh. What you got? I was going live. What you got to work on? When I'm looking over at you, like you're like this the whole time. When you're ready to engage, you got to go forward.
Okay, man.
Because when I cut you off, I'm going forward like this. I'm about to cut you off. So you got to give me the signs also when you're ready to go. You got to be ready to go all the time. Because it's just not one person lecture. It's back and forth. Boom, 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 boom. You know, so just go forward like when you want to
Gotcha.
get in the conversation. And, you know, that's what it is.
Gotcha.
Then just look at me when we want to pass it out. So I kept looking at you.
Okay.
Like I want to pass it out, but you're over here like this.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So,
Good topic, man.
yeah. Let's watch the basketball game. Don't tell me you're going to go home after the game or what?
No, I'm thinking probably right now.
Really?
It's still live. Yeah, I'll tell you in a second.
You turn it off.